maps. So we're going to use this library called Folium to do so. It makes making maps really pretty easy and nice. So if you haven't done so already, just run this pip install and you'll have Folium in. And we'll start by looking at some community garden info from New York. Really, all we need to make a map is a latitude and longitude. So you see that we have 429 data points for community gardens in the city, and we'll be able to draw a map of those. So first, what we'll do is just make a map of one of the or of the city, and to do that, we'll just extract the first latitude and longitude pair from our data. Okay, so we're going to take the first latitude that's index 0 and the first longitude that's index 0. And to make this map, then we use folium.map. We pass it a location as a pair. That's that latitude and longitude. And we can also add arguments for different styles, like this stamen toner will make it a black map. And that now when we execute M, we see the map. And you see that it's just New York City, you know, and pretty nice. We can move it around. We can zoom in. Pretty sweet. Okay. Something else that we can do is we can add markers. So we'll use folium.marker. We'll pass it the same location, that starting location, and there's also an argument for pop-ups. So we'll pass the garden name, the first garden name, and then this is creating the marker. The next thing that we'll do is add it to our map. Remember that we called our map M above, and now if we look at this again, we have this marker, and if we click on it, it has, okay, 11 BC Serenity Garden. Now, really what we want to do is we would like to create something like this for all of our gardens. So we're going to iterate over the data frame using this iterRows function. And the way that this works is that it tells you, it gives you back a row ID and the data for each row. So just looking at the first row, you see that we get back that latitude and longitude pair. And we also get back, right, the garden name and some other information about it, okay? The neighborhood names, the cross streets. So we can use that. What we're going to do is we're going to put a point at each of these gardens, and we're going to make them in the pop-up. In this pop-up here, we'll put the garden name, we'll put the neighborhood, and we'll put the cross streets, okay? So let's see how we'll do this again with an F string, and we'll actually use some HTML here as well. We'll make these H5s, and we'll say that this is going to be the garden name. And we will input garden name. And we'll do something similar for the neighborhood. We're just using this HTML again, and we'll grab the neighborhood name, skip a line, and finally we'll say cross streets. I need to make this a multi-line string. 2, 3, and that should be good. So we'll use this as our pop-up. Yeah, and then so I have here a little loop already written where we don't have values for every garden, so we're going to drop any missing values, iterate over the rows. We can grab the latitude and longitude, and then actually for the label, I'm going to use this string that we just came up with. And we're going to add a circle marker to each of these. Now I want to recreate them because I added a marker for the first one. We're going to actually use a circle marker instead of this. So I'm going to recreate my map here. And there we go. Now if we click on these, right, the garden name, whoop, it has, what do I have? I've got garden name. Why do I have it twice? Ah, this is why. Let's see. One more time. There we go. Not bad. Doesn't have all cross. It doesn't seem to have cross streets for everything. You know, we see a lot. I see a lot of these active, but either way, not bad. Not too much work. You know, just a little bit of thinking to how to get the right labels. But using that iter rows again, we can extract each. Like this is just we have labels for each of the elements of the rows data by column names. So that's how we're using these. All right, so nice little Folium plot.